Butterflies are an interesting option strategy. They have defined risk. They can be relatively low cost, low capital requirements. They can have low probabilities of profit, and they can be used as directional trades. Why is that? Well, when you think about butterflies, which is, let's say in the case of a put butterfly, buying one put that has a strike closer to the money, selling two further out of the money puts, and then buying one further out of the money put than that. So for example, if the stock price is 100, a long put butterfly might be buying one of the 95 puts, selling two of the 97 puts, and buying one of the 99 puts. That would be a long put butterfly. So why do I say all those things about butterflies? To understand butterflies, I think it's useful to have an analogy. Don't love analogies, but I think this one can help. Think of a roulette wheel and placing bets on a roulette table. Spin the roulette wheel, drop the marble in, and the ball goes bouncing, bouncing, bouncing. And when the wheel stops spinning, the ball bounces around a little bit more and lands on a particular number. That is the winning number. A number above, a bet that's placed above doesn't win, a bet that's placed below doesn't win. There is one winning number. Just like with a butterfly, well, similar to a butterfly. Wherever the stock price is, or index price, in relation to the center strike of the butterfly, the short strike, determines the profit and loss of the butterfly. A butterfly maximizes its value when the index is right at the middle strike, right at the short strike at expiration. So it's a bet. A butterfly is a bet. A long butterfly is a bet on where that index is going to land. Which one is going to be the winning strike, right? Where is the SPX bouncing all over the place? Where is it going to land at expiration? Whichever strike it lands closest to, that butterfly that's centered around that strike is going to be the winning butterfly. Butterflies that are further out of the money or, down the strikes or higher strikes, they're not going to make any money. Well, or very little money, if anything. So they're kind of like that. They're directional in the sense that if I'm bearish, I might buy an out of the money put butterfly. But I have to be really precise about how far the index is going to drop and when. Because here's the deal. Time is synthetic volatility, and volatility is synthetic time. Let that sink in for a second. When it comes to options, the two, volatility and time, work very similarly. So, if there's higher volatility, there's less certainty about where that index is going to land. Which strike? Is it going to be the 7390 or the 7800 or the 7360 or the 7200 or whatever? The higher the volatility, the more uncertainty about where that index is going to be and which butterfly is going to be the winning butterfly. Same with time. If I go out further in time, let's say I go out a year, where is the index going to be in 1 year? Who knows? I don't know. And so the butterflies are going to be relatively cheap. Now, when it comes to trading, here's how I want you to think about these things. Let's go into the SPX and let's open up the these 30-day options, and let's buy let's buy an at the money butterfly. Let's buy the 7400 put, sell two of the 7390s. And the way I do that is I click on, and then, well, let's just create it like this and buy one of the 7380s. And I'm going to click on that and increase the quantity to make one by 2 by 1. Okay. So this is a butterfly. What does it look like? Well, right now it's worth about 10 cents. Look at the price, 10, 15, 30, yeah, it's really going to be about 15 or 20 cents. So, and I go back to, let's take a look at this. Let's go to the curve for a second. Here's this butterfly, okay? Look how flat this P&L curve is. This is 30 days out. If I buy this butterfly, it's not going to make or lose much money right now, depending on whichever way the index goes. Because again, the maximum value of the butterfly is when the index is right at the short strike at expiration. It's waiting for that event to happen. Let's go back to the table. Watch this. I'm going to advance the expiration to go from 30 days all the way down. And let's take a look at what happens to the tradable price of this. So let's say 20 cents, 15, 20 cents for the 30 days. I'm going to advance it to go to the, oops, wrong way. Let's go down to the 29 days. Okay. And this is, it's got screwy here. Let's go to this one, go to this one, and this one. And this one, buy this here. So again, 400, 73.90, 73.80 put butterfly. It's trading about 20 cents. It's not 40, 30 is bouncing around, okay? Let's advance or go another day. Let's go another 3 days, okay? And let's look at these. The butterflies trading about 20 cents, okay? Advance another day. About 30 cents, 5 cents, bouncing around 20 cents. Again, it's going 6 days in the future doesn't really change the value of the butterfly. Advance it another day, another couple of days here, go to 21 days. 15 cents, 10 cents. And what, by the way, why is this jumping around so much? Part of the reason is, or the reason is that the SPX options are relatively wide. The bid-ask spreads are relatively wide. And because you have three options, expanding and contracting, the bid-ask spreads changing, not simultaneously, you're going to get the price jumping around. So when it comes to buying these things, you got to do a little price discovery. Don't chase butterfly prices. In other words, don't buy this at $1.40. Don't do that. Let's go down another couple of another few days. Let's go to 15 days. Now that's trading at about 30, 40, 20, 5. Okay. Really hasn't changed much in value. Oh, and I have the 7400, 7390, 7380. Go again, another couple of expirations down to 10 days. 25 cents. This butterfly is not increasing in value. Even though the index at 7392 is the closest, or the 7390 put is the closest to the index price with 7392, the butterfly hasn't increased in value. Because there's still too much uncertainty about where the SPX is going to land. It could go down to 73.75, could go up to 74.15. I don't know. Nobody knows. That's why they're not increasing the value of this butterfly yet. Let's go down to 4 days. Surely by 4 days, this would have some value. No, 20 cents. I've waited 26 days and the thing's still trading for about 20 cents. Okay, maybe it's 30, maybe, but it's not anywhere near its maximum profit. Look at the max profit. If I nail that center strike, 73.90, it's $980. Now, it's not even that likely that happens, but I'm not anywhere close to that. Now I take it down to, let's say, 3 days, 50 cents, 35 cents. Now we're getting a little bit higher. I'm going to go into 1 day. 65 cents, 55 cents. Now it's starting to get a little bit more value. And you said, well, if I bought it for 20 and I'd sell it at 60, that's a decent profit. Yeah, it is. That's not bad. I mean, I don't necessarily would trade it that way because that, again, these are 3 commissions in and out. That could be an expensive way to trade it. Your net profit could be very small if you do that sort of thing. But again, just to be realistic about it, now let's go into the 0 DTEs. $1.50. It's still not max profit, but now it's starting to increase in value. you have to wait from 30 days down to 2 days to 1 day to 28, 29 days for that butterfly to expand in value. That's why buying butterflies pushed way out in the future expirations, it's a lottery ticket. I mean, they're always lottery tickets, right? Which strike is the index going to land on? But it takes so long for that butterfly to make money if you put it out to 30 days or beyond. I'm not sure if it's worth it. Okay, you're carrying this position, it's not really doing anything for you. That said, would I buy this 0 DTE butterfly? Well, maybe. If I were neutral, okay, so the index is 7387. If I were slightly bullish, I might buy the 7380, 7390, 7400 put butterfly, or I could do the call side. Okay, either way, the butterfly price is going to be the same. So it's directional in that sense. If I were bearish, I might pull it down to the 73, 70s, 80s, 90s, 10-point butterflies. Okay, again, it's still trading at $1.45. It's still wondering, even with 0 DTEs, still wondering where the winning butterfly is going to be. But again, these have relatively low max losses, $1.55 in this case. Max profit is big. You don't even have to nail the center strike for this to be profitable. The index could be somewhere between 73.90 and 73.70. So $1.50 lower in this case, let's say, to 73.89, 88.50 to 71.50. Somewhere in between those break-even points, you're going to make a little bit of money on this trade. Again, $1.40 max, $140 max loss, $860 max profit if you nail that strike, and it expires at that strike. It's very unlikely, though, and that's why these are low probability trades. Keep in mind the delta on butterflies is very small, about 2 in this case. So it's for a big product. Having a low delta is, for a big volatile product like the SPX, yeah, if you don't want a lot of risk, long butterflies can be a way to trade it. So here's the bottom line. I think if you want to use butterflies as directional trades, low risk, $150 max loss, very high profit potential if you're absolutely perfectly right, with pretty low delta risk, then buying 0 DTE butterflies can be decent directional trades. It's not something necessarily that is going to work over and over again because of the low probability of profit. But still, if you're going to trade butterflies, I think using the 0 DTE options makes more sense than buying a butterfly 30 days out. So your mileage may vary with these butterflies. Don't overthink them. They are low risk, relatively low risk, low probability bets, roulette wheel bets, which is going to be the winning strike. That's what you're betting on. So none of this is a trade recommendation. If you do decide to trade these things, don't trade any more than you're comfortable with, and please don't take any more risk than you think you can handle.